What does it mean to give yourself wholly? Number one. What it means to give yourself wholly. Number one. Holy, give thyself wholly, means to give your heart. Amen. The people that work for God with all their hearts, you can see the difference. And there are people who come and work, they say they are full-time ministry, but their heart is not in full-time. I once had somebody who was working, and then the person traveled, leaving a whole lot of work behind. And I did not, or I should say, we did not hear from this fellow for the entire period that he was away. So from the moment that he dropped the work, and we were supposed to restart the work again in a particular month, this person was going to arrive, obviously, into a big trouble. Because the work that had to be done. It had to be done during Christmas, during holiday time, all the time. The work had to be finished. But the person did not even make a call. Has this been done? Has this been done? Because we are going to take off on this. Nothing. So actually that was one of the things that made me decide to disconnect from such a person. But I said that I've not worked with anybody whose it's look like, like many secular places, when you go to work and you close at 5, it's like you have fulfilled your legal, you just leave it and you go. How many have that experience? In limits, it's like it can burn when you are gone. Okay. It can burn when you are gone. You've done your work, and even if it burns, they should make sure they pay you and then they should sort out. And once you walk out, that's it. You are done. But working for God is not like that. There's nothing like you finished. You have to, you don't never close. If I step out of London and I, God forbid, hear some news or whatever, it may make me come immediately right back. You understand? So there's nothing like you are on holiday. We were on holiday, we are on breaking, photos of us in full-time. We are breaking during this Christmas period, like everybody else. And then one of my pastors is shot, dead. What am I going to say? I'm on a break? I'm on a holiday? There's nothing like holiday. You can't say, so that you're so sorry about this, that, you just got to wait till. For emergencies, press 2. Press 3. For inquiries, press 4. To request a prayer, press 5. All other inquiries, press 9. You cannot do that. You need to give yourself wholly to the work that you are doing. Amen. Are you listening to me? So, brothers and sisters, when you give your whole heart to something, it goes even beyond your mind. You dream with it, you think about it all the time. Now, as I'm working here, as I'm preaching here, my mind is on and my heart is on so many other things that I'm doing at the same time. It's true. Because if you listen to my phone conversations, you hear me talking about buildings in Sefrioso, in Mankesem, in Axem, Prestia, Boku, Zebila. I'm building a church in Zebila. I was discussing yesterday and talking about something to do with the roof in Zebila. I've never been there before, but it concerns me. It's my work, and my heart is in it. I don't have to go there to see it before it will come to my mind. It's of interest to me because it is something that's in my heart. And you see, when you have given yourself to something with all your heart, it will be evident. After some time, you see that the person is doing this with all his might and with all his strength and with all his soul. And because many of us have not given our hearts, the main thing is your heart to the Lord. That is why it doesn't show up. Because the verse says, give thyself wholly, that thy profiting may appear to all. That means that the profiting or the benefit of giving yourself will appear. Everybody will see it. Whatever you give yourself to, people see it. After some time, it becomes evident that you've given yourself completely to something. And when you haven't given yourself to something, after some time, you can see that you haven't given yourself to it. Whatever you give yourself to shows up, it 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 shows up. Are you listening to me? Are you listening to me? So, brothers and sisters, huh? God wants you to give your heart. Give me your heart. Give me your heart. Give me your heart. If you give your heart to the Lord, it's a very, very, very important and powerful thing. God will bless you. Number 2, to give yourself wholly means to give your mind, your intelligence, and your ideas. Now look at a brother who had first class. Brother, you had first class. You had first class in what? Business administration, first class. Is anybody else here who had first class? Okay. Stand up if you had first class, please. You have first class in the university. Wow. Wow. You had first class in what? Economics. Wow. And now where are you giving your intelligence for this? Oh no. I'm asking now where? JP Morgan. Wow. JP Morgan is blessed with your intelligence, your ideas. Is JP Morgan not blessed with his intelligence and with his ideas? First class, young brains, fresh. My dear, where did you get first class in? Actuarial science. What on earth is that? What is that? Insurance. Wow. And who are you giving your intelligence to 5 days a week, 8 hours to 12 hours a day? Pardon? Hewitt Associates are getting the benefit of all your intelligence. Hewitt Associates are lucky. Very blessed. My darling, who are you? What is your first class in? Economics. Wow. And who are you giving your intelligence to at this time? WRPC-LPC. Huh? WRCPLC. Wow. And what is WRCPLCPC? An environmental consultancy. Pardon. Viens ici. Yes, it's a what?
It's an environmental consultancy. What we do is economics of climate change and business.
Economics of climate change. So don't you see that she's like above this, like take your Bible and they say, read your Bible, pray every day, WICPLCPPC. Climate change economics. And you say you had your administration in what? First class in business. And who have you been giving your intelligence all these years to?
Mainly the city. Went for a number of banks.
Oh, tell us the privilege. I've been blessed with Daniel Coker's brains.
JP Morgan, Lehman Brothers, Toilet Preborn, Royal Bank of Scotland.
Wow. You were based in Achimota, and you are a simple pastor of children, pastor of little children. JP Morgan, Wells, Black is problem. Sit down, my brother. And no, they are not. The others are not sitting down. So why do you want to sit down?
Business administration.
And who are you giving your intelligence? What is your name?
Big Sam.
Big Sam. You were in Kenya. Are you still there?
I've been around for some time. It's been studying.
You are here to study. Why are you giving your intelligence to at this time?
It's always been wanted to do it for God.
Has anybody got some water to pour? Get some water to pour. You cannot just give any answer. You cannot just give any answer. Yeah, pour the water on. Answer your question. First answer your question, no answer. You have to answer your question. You have first answer what?
First class in environmental health and PH.
First answer what?
Environmental health and distinction in MPH.
And who have you been giving your this intelligent, distinctive, distinction mind to?
Lambeth ICT.
Lambeth what?
Primary Care Trust.
Primary Care Trust Lambeth. We are from Kolegon. You are from Lambeth. We are from Kolegon. Pastoral Care Trust. Pastoral Care Trust. My brother, you have first class in what?
Pharmacy.
And who are you giving your intelligence to?
Still my pre-registration with Morrison's Pharmacy.
Morrison's Pharmacy. It's fantastic, you know. It's great. You have first class in what? Calculus. Einstein. So what are you giving your intelligence to now?
It's mainly the music.
Uncle, did you see that? He's giving the mathematics to music. All right. Sit down. So, to give yourself to the Lord, give thyself holy. Holy doesn't include your mind, your intelligence, your ideas, your cleverness. does everything in the house of the Lord. I have some girls, Fallon and Michaela and others. They've been working on the internet. That's how come you got an e-store. Every book I've written, every tape, every Macanite appointment, everything you can download, you can buy now. I mean, I don't know how to send emails. I don't know how to send. They've done it. So you know, yeah. Falcon and eagle. So you see now, huh? Yes. So with our little intelligence, you know, you give your intelligence to the Lord. Amen. And I mean, it's fantastic. What can happen when you give you just give all the intelligence that I have, the knowledge that I have, the ideas that I have, and just deploy it for JP Morgan. No. For LCPCP. For Lehman Trust, Lehman Brothers. No, you deploy it. You can deploy it for the kingdom of God. Me too, when I was in school, I didn't do badly. I didn't do badly in school at all. Yeah, I was always at the top or somewhere near the top. I mean, somewhere near the top, more than at the top. And I've deployed in my entire brain. I've deployed my entire brain. Since I finished school, I've deployed the internet, the brain. I don't do business. I personally have no business. I have no businesses or investment, nothing. I deployed my intelligence and my brains. What I used to get distinction in school. What I used to get 7-1s for my O level. What I used to enter medical school. What I used to be the 5th in the whole of Ghana to enter the medical school. That brain, I deployed it for the church. Totally, since I was 25 years old. So the church that you are enjoying, and the books that you are reading, you understand, and the things that you are enjoying, they have come, and the systems that are in place, they have come through also the giving of somebody whole completely. Yeah. And that's why I said that those of you who think you are too clever, that's why I don't mind studying shoulder to shoulder to any of you. That we all look and say, whatever you have in your brain, you can deploy it for the kingdom. One day somebody wrote to me that he told me that he had got a certificate. And there were only 2 people in Africa who had that certificate. Yeah. So I was so excited and I said, wow. And before I could say Jack Robinson, this person who had the certificate that only 1 or 2 people else had that certificate in Africa was giving himself wholly to some other purpose. I thought he would give himself to a ministry, but he didn't. Then recently, another brother wrote to me a letter and told me about another special certificate that he has just received. And he said to me, there are only 2 people in Ghana who have that qualification. And he said to me, I want to dedicate that certificate to the Lord. Not just a paper, but himself with that qualification. There are only 2 of us in Ghana. A few weeks ago, I said, I want to dedicate everything I've just received and I want to give it. That's what I'm talking about, giving yourself wholly to the Lord. Amen. Are you there? I will never retreat from this message that I have. Never retreat. To give thyself wholly to means to give your education and your training. You see, your education, your training is different from giving your intelligence. Because you see, your intelligence is tapped into at a meeting where you give a clever idea, where you bring a way to do things, where your presence makes things easier, makes things faster, makes things better. Then giving your education, your training, is like your expertise, what you have learned by trade. You understand? Or from school, or something that you know about. It's not that you are clever, because you can be. One of the ways you see people's intelligence is when they draw from what they've learned in school to daily life. It's one of the signs of intelligence. A lot of people learn things in school, but you never hear them quoting it in their real life. Sometimes you hear me talking about history. I don't know if those of you who listen to, if you hear me speaking about Napoleon, about Hitler, about different things, about the French Revolution, different things. And I was talking to my wife about it, and I said, but you did not do history. Oh, we did history, but it was different. But it was different. And I was asking, I met another person who studied history, French, and I was asking her the name of certain key people, the one who even started this whole French Revolution. They did not even know the names. So one of the ways is, you see, you can be trained in it, but you cannot apply it. You don't bring it into real life. You see, so you have somebody who is maybe trained in something. The person brings it to bear in real life and is able to use what the person knows to help. I've had a lot of architects who are not able to bring what they were trained in to help the ministry. Most of the architects that I know have not been able to help because their training is not practical and they don't know much. You understand? They've passed an exam, but practically to help to build a nice thing, they don't know much. I would prefer to work with a little girl that I've trained to build than with most of them. 100 times I will always choose the untrained person to the trained person. Yeah, not all, but most of them, 95% of them. That's my experience. So I'm talking about the difference between pulling in training and intelligence. Now somebody may not be trained in that person is thinking. It's true. For instance, you may have somebody who is a doctor or a nurse. You see the person eating with flies coming on the food up and down. It doesn't mean anything to the person. And somebody who is not trained. You see, recently some of my staff were doing some nursing program, and then one of them told me that I've now seen how you wash your hands. Because as they were going through this training, and they realized how, because at first I watched them how they wash their hands. So you don't wash your hand, you can't wash your hand in that way. You have to wash your hand in a particular way before your hand is really clean. Yeah. But you see that most people don't, it doesn't come into daily life. So I'm saying that even amongst my staff, I'll keep telling Pastor Prince, who is a trained farmer. He did agriculture in Norway and other foreign countries, driving trucks across Europe, milking cows, moving semen from one pig to another, all kinds of things. And I keep pointing to him the people in Accra who are leading around cows. You see a man walking in town with 20 cows for him and say, Prince, where are your cows? You don't have a cow, you are trained. But you don't have any practical show of your training. You understand? You're not showing us that you've been trained as a farmer. Or you don't get what I'm saying? Or you don't get what I'm saying? So brothers and sisters, that training can be used by God. Amen. That training can be used. And that's what it means. I'm giving my training, my medical training. I use it to build a hospital. I use it practically when people are not well. I run clinics. I use intelligence, my knowledge, discussions, meetings, I've deployed the entire brain. The entire 7 years I've put it at the disposal of the work of God. That's what it means to give yourself whole. That's why you are not a missionary, because you've given just a small fraction. How many realize that you are giving a very small fraction of yourself to the Lord? Raise your hand. I'll raise your hand if you are. everything I know that I've learned and I know. And now I'm learning, I'm enjoying learning more things that I never studied, like history. I never studied history before. But it's now something that I'm interested in. I'm learning more history, and I'm seeing that history is very, very, very important. I bought books on engineering to study so that I can see what the engineers are doing. I bought people how to fix your own car without as a mechanic, to be your own mechanic, so that you can see how to repair. I'm learning new things. I'm retraining myself in practical things that I need. Do you understand? Yeah. I read books on economics because it helps the work we are doing. Or you can't even hear when I preach, you can hear some of the things. I didn't learn any of those things in school. I mean, unfortunately, I was a science student. So I'm not widely read, and I don't like a lot of reading subjects. But I have to train myself and use it. But the one that I have, medicine, and the way, when you come to ABMTC, the Bible school, how it is with the multiple choice, is from my medical school background. That's how we do exams. We do +1 - 1. This is medical school. I've deployed anything that I have in my background. I've brought it out and brought it. We also add it to what I'm doing. Yeah. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that's why I sometimes look at the people and say, you are a lawyer. I am more than a lawyer when we are dealing with these people. I have to dictate to lawyers to write things. You are a lawyer, you should activate your brains and your mind, bring out your legal things and make them come to bear on what we are doing. Anything you have in your background can be brought to help the work of God. Number 4. It means to give yourself holy means to give your personality and your temper. It is in the book. Have you seen it in the book? Yeah. It is to give your personality and your temperament. That one is the best. Amen. What is your temperament? Phlegmatics. Phlegmatics are good at sitting at one place and working from morning to evening in the same place. I am not a phlegmatic. I don't know how to come to work on time and leave on time. I cannot do such a job. Computer, I don't know how to work like that. Do you get it? Whenever I'm traveling and they say, any laptop? So I don't have any laptop. I have a video player. I don't have a laptop. But I don't know how to use it. Any laptop? No laptop. I said, is this a laptop? He said, you can have it. I'm high-tech enough. Phlegmatics, choleric. I need choleric, melancholic people. These are the most important currently that I need. Choleric and melancholic. That combination. My topmost leaders are choleric, melancholic. That are helping me at this current moment. Because I need sharp speed. You see, I work fast. If you don't work fast, by the time I've decided you are now doing something, I've changed the thing. Those of you say, when I just go to this branch, you don't go with it. It's short one, it will change. Jerry, is it not true? Have you not noticed? You have been transferred so many times. You are still here. If you know, before you realize, we can send you somewhere during this camp. By next week, you don't go, then that's it. It changes. So when I send people, I just give them, say, look, if you don't go this time, it will just change. It's not that I want to change it, but we keep moving. The cloud is moving. Some of you are powerful leaders, drivers. You have the choleric. Since Pastor Thyself took over the Bible school with his choleric and melancholic, whatever, the whole school changed. Everybody knew what is up and pop and this and that and exams and whatever, yeah, you do it. Because of the person has given not his medical. You see, the medical is there, which he has also used and still uses. But now it's the temperament of the person, the cholerism and the melancholism. Yeah, that's what he's using. That's what he's making the thing with. Are you there? Yeah, I need the people. So that's why you keep watching. You see small boys and girls. I tell you, I have no. It's not that my wife says to me, you are able to work with every type of human being. Yeah. Totally. If only you would like to, I can work with you if you would like it. You get it? Then you have the phlegmatics, they can stay God for them. Now they cannot stay this way. Then the sanguines. They are the pastors. Like Pastor Go is a sanguine. See, when Pastor Go first came, he came to do a melancholic job. Because he wrote an application to me, said, he's into advertising, he can do advertisements of the books. I mean, he can help to promote the books and all, but that was not his gift. Went round and round until he came to the children. Yeah. And then I was just reviewing his first book. He's coming out with 2 books. Very, very powerful. I mean, it's one person I know whose tapes and CDs are in demand. When I went for a camp in America, not knowing that he had a suitcase of his own CDs and whatever he was holding them. Usually when people are going, they carry my CDs and no, he was carrying his own. So he has his own Makana and Malat. That is your temperament. That is your temperament. You give that one. Because the sanguine, they are always happy. And we are all so depressed and funny in our feelings. So we need to come and see somebody just happy. It just flows naturally. I mean, there are some people can never be a youth pastor. And still you were the youth pastor to get finished immediately. Church will be instantaneously depleted. Amen. I mean, there are people that are very, very melancholic. Super. Ella fantastic. Fantastico. So you see, you've taken your nice temperament, you dash it to the world. Oh. And then when it is old, when you are tired, then you say, I'm bringing my melancholism. We needed your melancholism long time ago. We needed your sanguine whatever. We needed it. And you didn't bring it. You didn't bring it. I said you didn't bring it. So we had to go for children. Some of the people that I work with, they are 20 years younger than me. 20 years. 20 years. Yeah. 20 years. They came to each other well. They little like that. No breasts. 10 years old. Yeah. 10 years old. They were not the people that I would have chosen. I I wouldn't have chosen that. I have people that I chose. They wouldn't want to come. Yeah. Pastor Joe was in Ghana. I chose him. I didn't even want him. At that time. That is why when you see somebody working with someone, you don't only have to respect the person, but you have to respect the people that are with the person. Because you may not know why the person is with that person or what the person does for that person. You will not really know what. So when you that's I came to understand how God punishes people who attack his servants. So now you see God's servant, he's drinking. You see God's servant, he's a drunkard or he's drinking. And you find that God is still working with that person. Then you may not understand. But you may not know that the one who doesn't drink is here. He's in the house. He doesn't want to have anything to do with God. Why did God say, Jacob, I loved, Esau I hated? Jacob was a thief, the cheating man, this, all those bad. But God liked him. Because he liked God. Amen? Are you listening to me? So I wish you would give your temperament. In fact, can I say something? The best part of you is your temperament, because that is the natural part. You see, what you learn in school never really enters you. It enters you to a point. That's why I ask these people, do you know this French Revolution? Do you know this person? You know, they don't even remember anybody. They don't even know, the relation between Napoleon and the French Revolution, all sorts of things. But they did French. They studied French Revolution. The causes of the French Revolution. They don't remember anything. You see? So those things didn't really enter them, but the drive is there if they are choleric. Or the phlegmatism is there if they are phlegmatic. Or the sanguinism, it's part of you. You naturally you are disorganized if you are a sanguine. Naturally you just smiling, always happy. When you see a sanguine, you never know that you can never be sad. It's a very, very, very wonderful thing. You never see any sadness on them. Always happy. The type of person is always happy. Are you listening to me? So that's your best part. So for me, when I want to work with people, I always try, what are you? Because that's the part we're going to work with. No, I don't care what people learned in school. What you learned in school doesn't mean much. It's just training. It's just education. It's discipline. So you're going to, that's what it means to give yourself holy. Oh, the bank is like you. The bank got you. Club is just paying their debts. Don't fall in love. Fall in love with you. Don't fall in love with JP Morgan. What is JP Morgan? What is JP Morgan compared to Jehovah? Number 6. Give yourself holy means give your background. Give your background. Number 5. Number 5. Let me look for number 5, please. Give thyself holy means to give your family. Family. James and John. Some of you must work for the Lord. You and your sister. You and your brother. You and your mother. You and your sister. You and your auntie. You and your husband. Wow. Me, I want my wife to work in the ministry. She is. Right about that. My wife is a preacher. She's a traveler. She's a minister. She's a hostess. She's a worker in the ministry. It's a pity that she even once criticized me for making a lot of phone calls till hers came and became more than mine. Say what you criticize now turns round to fight you. So that when I see her on the phone, I said, look, can you go out so that you can just go and do all your calls and then we are resting in the house. I give glory to God for what He has done. I always give glory to God. I am the Lord. Be careful what you criticize, because you will be surprised the seeds that you release that will come back to fight you. Give everything you have, your children, everything to the Lord. Don't come and tell us, my calling is to bring up children. We have dealt with that already. Number 6 is to give your background. What is your background? Amen. Where are you from? What country are you from? What language? What accent? No. Jessica? Erica? Where's Erica? Jessica? No, Natasha. Sarah. Where's Sarah? Sarah. So you see, I don't speak like that, you know. You speak like that. As for me, I am from Ghana. Look, everybody's background. Now, when you see our Healing Jesus, we use certain people's voices because we don't have the background. We don't have the background for that kind of voice. A Healing Jesus crusade, it has been presented this evening to all of you. We are in Kintampo today, and we are having a great crusade over here. We are here on a mission of the Healing Jesus Crusade International. No, we use other people's background. So we want more people with this kind of English. I mean, yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, we need you, man. Come over. We are waiting for you. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? We have our TV station. And you are going to be presenters. Some of you are going to be presenters. You'll be talking on the television all the time. Some of you are going to be on TV all the time. Talking. Yeah. And you'll be introducing me. Yes, Bishop. What did I ask you today? What do you think about the rules of full-time ministry? Yeah, the full-time ministry is a very important ministry that we all the time because God is going to do wonderful things. Your background. I say your what? Background. So brothers and sisters, to give yourself holy means to give your background. What's your background? Were you a very bad girl? Before?
At that time.
Perhaps you can help us when you come. You can show us. You say, Bishop, you see that one over there? I used to work with her. Yeah. Wow. One day I had a member of the church who used to be a spy. One day when he came to church, he saw one of his fellow spies. Yeah. So he came to me and he said, he showed me, he said, this person is not a member of the church. She's on assignment. A she. Yeah. He said, I know her. So when you ask her, where do you work? She will tell you she works at. Yeah. She'll tell you, and you mention the place where you work. And she doesn't work there. She's not there. And I looked, and she was walking up and down, and she was praying. We were having a prayer, and she was walking. A complete spy. So what's your background? What's your background? Maybe you've been a thief before. The first time one of my pastors did an altar call for armed robbers to come. Yeah. He said, if you are an armed robber,
come here.
Come now. Come now to the front. Nobody came. Then he said, you are here, you are an armed robber, and you actually have weapons on you. Come out now. God is arresting you now. They came. 1, 2, 3. Altar call for armed robbers. We're in the church. 31st night. So maybe you've been an armed robber before and you know when things are taken, when things are stolen. So when something is stolen, you can help us to find it. You can show us all the things will be here. I will go to this place. They are all there.
The warehouse.
Yeah. So your background is helpful. Amen. The next one, to give yourself holy means you give your time. Time. How many want to give your time to the Lord? All of my life. Is there a song like that? All of my life. Huh? All of my own. I'm giving my life to you. Everything I've been through. Use it for your glory, Lord. I offer my days to you. Lifting my praise to you. As a pleasing sacrifice. your time. Give your background. Number 8 means to give your money and your assets. Your money and your assets. Did you get it? Yeah. Did you get it? Yeah. Wow. Money, assets. The first PA system in the church was my personal sound system that I bought in London when I was a student. Okio amplifier and 2 Jamo speakers. Do you know Jamo? Yeah. Do they still make Jamo speakers? You don't know? And then the amplifier Okio. Do they still make Okio? Yeah. I deployed it. I deployed my assets so that the church will work. And I'm still deploying things that I own so that the church works. Do you get it? My car that my father bought for me, he bought it Renault 4, brand new. Yes, brand new. He bought it for me from Tema. Got it. That car, I use it as a church bus. Ferrying us to Tema. Myself, Bishop Saki, Bishop Eddie, and all our wives, 6 of us. Can you imagine? The other time their bottoms were not so big. Excuse my language, but I mean that's a fact. Ghana girls have not expanded. Forgive us and cleanse us. Hey! GG's. My mother gave me some office equipment and brought all to the church. Until today, we are still using it. Yeah. My father's office, Agbado Chambers, I took it and possessed it from the church. Pastor Richard, do you remember working there? My father's table where horses were kept, horses like Miracle, Wild Worry, no Pot. That's where they were. I painted and turned it into an office, used it for ministry meetings. I checked the stables, 1, 2, 3. I made them. Somebody had a wedding there. Yeah. Somebody had a wedding in that Agbado office. You see, when you are giving yourself, you give everything that you have to it. It's true. That's what it means to give yourself wholly. I didn't say give yourself wholly. Paul said, give thyself wholly, that thy profiting may appear to all. It's not something I'm just writing. I'm talking about real things. Yes. And up till today, I'm still giving myself wholly. Things that I own, things that I have, I just pour it. The other day I was even thinking, I just thought, is there anything, anywhere that I've not deployed? Oh, I said, let me use the asset as an effort, a last, it's like, as if I'm going about to die, let me deploy anything, everything. Oh. Not to leave anything that I'm not wholly given. No. It's true. That profiting may appear. And you see, it happens. It happens. Wow. Is it not a powerful thing? It's a very powerful thing. So, give of yourself to the Lord. That's also that you see people, God is asking, work. Full-time ministry is not just, the church pays me now. Full-time ministry is you give yourself wholly. The whole being is given. 3 or not 3? Is it 3 or it's not 3? Number 9, give yourself holy means to give your energy. To give yourself holy means to give your energy. Wow, look at the young man, they got energy. And you'd have been in a disco, you know. You know you'd have been in a disco. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You'd have been walking on the street, somebody will knife you. You will never know the number of boys you slept with. You can't even know, you don't even know their names. Give you medicine, you sleep. When you wake up, about 17 boys have slept with you. You see, Pepe. When you see the young people in the house of the Lord praising Him, you should give glory to God. Yeah. So when you see us jumping, say that we are young and easily impressed. You should thank God that we are easily impressed. You should thank God that we are young. You've got 10 branches in you. You will have become gay. Become gay. Some of you, the way you are, you have become gay.
Sister Matthew.
Thank God.
Sister Matthew.
Do you know that sometimes giving yourself wholly to the Lord, even saving you from backsliding? That's the only thing that is being doing. If you had not, I wouldn't want to think of where you would have been. Even some of you have already seen symptoms of that thing. What I'm saying, you've seen some already. Small one, and then you are here. Shabalaba. Give your energy. You say we are young and easily impressed. Write it down. I am young and easily impressed. What a good description of myself. Young and easily impressed. Flowing. You're flowing. One time I was having a camp with the young people at a Lowe's camp. It was called My First Love. Then I saw some of these elderly pastors and brothers coming in to sit at the back. Then I realized that their presence was not in him, because like when we were jumping, it's like they're looking at it, it's like they're smiling. I remember my days, that's you. These are young boys and girls. And as I was jumping with the young boys, I saw some of the brothers looking at this like as if I'm beside myself. See, I don't like that. If you know you would jump, just go out. Don't stand there, then you look at us with some eyes. Some mature person who is like, looking with disdain at some young boys and easily impressed girls. Somebody, go right now to the community. Find somebody, you are time shows that you are giving your energy. So, the speed with which you are able to get that from the ground. So go and sit down. Go and sit down. When I lift my hand like this,
Sit down. The bishop is leaving, so sit down. If you don't sit, why don't you go to your chairs? Go to your seats. So they can keep please. Please go to your seats. Let's go to your seats. Let us. Sit. Sit down for more branches to come. Sit down. Yeah, easily blessed. Sit. Are you sitting or not?
So we have the opportunity.
We're disturbing our neighbors. Please take your seats. Please sit down. Please sit. Now be obedient and sit. Sit quietly.